College athletes are becoming more and more profitable, yet the athletes never see the money that comes in. With the one-and-done basketball players, for example, who play for a college for 1 year and then sign to an NBA team, many college athletes are becoming more lured to sign off a contract. As much as it may be believed that college sports are extracurricular activities, the dedication and rigorous schedule require that they sometimes miss class, for example, to play in a game that is nationally televised. The question of whether to pay college athletes is becoming more significant, and it is important to analyze whether to pay the ones who work the hardest on the field.
College football and basketball have become huge commercial enterprises. The total annual revenue generated is about $6 billion. This is more than the amount that is generated by the NBA. Because of this, a college football coach can make more than that of a professional coach. In 2010, CBS signed a 14 years, $10.8 billion deal for television rights with the NCAA to present the Division I Men's Basketball Championship that began in 2011 and will end in 2024. In the years 2015 and 2016, the Division I Men's Basketball Championship television and marketing rights brought in about $797.9 million, and championship ticket sales about $123.5 million.
Texas athletics is a major economic contributor to the region and is the second largest economic impact to the Austin economy. The University of Texas at Austin was the number one earning college football team for the 2014 and 15 season. Comparing the amount of contribution that Texas athletes bring to the school and the city of Austin, do the athletes actually get enough compensation in return? According to the Texas Tribune, the University of Texas at Austin football team alone earned $121 million in the 2014-15 school year. The total athletic department revenue was $187 million, and 30% of the profit is from the ticket sales and about 8% is from the donation from NCAA conference. 6% of the expenses are spent towards to scholarships, 14% to coaching salaries, and 0.5% towards recruiting. The final profit that the school makes is $16 million, which is 9% of the total revenue. The University of Texas recently spent $10 million renovating their athletic center, and $7 million of that went to the football locker room alone, $8,700 for each locker room. Are the life of the athletes as luxurious as the money they bring in?
The players themselves are often forgotten about when talking numbers, facts, and statistics. Student athletes must juggle early mornings, late nights, long practices, away games, and all on top of a rigorous school workload. Oftentimes, players must miss classes for games or choose a less rigorous major in order to stay on top of their work. Just this year, for the first time ever, twin brother student athletes were the first and second black males to ever graduate with a degree in engineering from UT. For those who are for NCAA players being paid, they argue the amount of time and sacrifices players put in is more than enough reason for them to be paid. In addition to that, some people argue for as much money as the players bring in for their school, they should receive at least some of it.
Colleges and universities have the responsibility to provide educational services. As a result, paying NCAA players could deviate their attention from their educational pursuit and choose a school solely for the revenue they would gain. This would not only impact the student itself, but the reputation of the institute, because they would only be known for their players and not the educational aspect. Paying NCAA players would additionally add to their privilege on campus compared to the rest of the university. For example, NCAA players receive benefits from the school and leave sections like the performing arts, women's volleyball, and debate team to fend for themselves, not receiving any aid. Although the revenue NCAA, it should be for the benefit of the college as a whole, creating a more well-rounded institution. Moreover, players do receive scholarships, and that should be their compensation. Gaining an education should be priority. And the argument of NCAA players not receiving enough can be argued that student athletes also benefit from NCAA financial aid programs and academic scholarships. Furthermore, how will we determine the amount they get paid? Would it be an equal distribution across the field? it creates a sense of ambiguity among different aspects of sports, and most likely there will be conflict all across. Football players and basketball players are the first considered as to why NCAA players should get paid. But what about women's soccer or basketball? Should they not get paid as well? Irresponsibility among NCAA players is high as well. Paying young college students would give them an excuse as to why they shouldn't go to class, use their profit in unnecessary ways, and add more privilege to their plate. The values of responsibility and integrity are in conflict with the perspective of the characters. Integrity means doing the right thing when no one is looking. However, paying NCAA players could result in that clash. They need to be trusted to use the money responsibly and do the right thing when it comes to necessary and unnecessary spending. As a result, the majority do not want to pay college athletes and fear they would not follow the ethical morals. It is a difficult problem to solve because the values can be a little bit ambiguous depending on the person, and not everyone has the same needs and ideals. As a result, there have been previous attempts to solve the issue. Petition, rallies, and debates have all been shut down or ignored.
One solution to tackle this problem is to help support the College Athletes Players Association (CAPA) and their fight against the unjust problems found within the NCAA by creating a players' union. CAPA is mostly composed of former college athletes who are passionate about getting future college players what they truly deserve. Members of CAPA feel as if the NCAA is not doing their part to protect their players but treating them unequally. The organization has just partnered with the United Steelworkers Union with resources to fight for the NCAA by guaranteeing the players' rights, including prioritizing players' health, allowing player compensation, and improving graduation rate. Another solution to this problem is to improve the current system in place. If the NCAA was to look into giving players compensation, they would have to decide who deserves the money in a fair manner. Instead of trying to figure out how to evenly share a salary to every student athlete, we can put our focus into improving on the current issue by rationalizing the funds to meet their academic needs and create an equal opportunity for all college athletes to receive one. Where do we stand? We believe that the players should be paid. By raising awareness of the issue, more support can go towards athletes and how to manage both the finance portion and values of education. We want to be able to express the concerns of athletes who are also students and the hardships and unfairness of how the stereotype hinders the college experience. It is significant to address these issues because it provides insight on how we can better the student body as a whole.